The final student platform that I would like to go over with you today is a platform called MyPlan. You will also hear this referred to as Avizo. So MyPlan and Avizo are both interchangeable terms that you might hear your academic advisor using. You're going to navigate to this one the exact same way that you navigated to MyInfo and Canvas, and that's by going to the website, clicking on MyMTC, and then clicking on MyPlan. So today we're going to log in as a test student named Phoebe. So Phoebe is assigned the academic advisor of Laura Emmerich, and you can see that she's listed here as part of Phoebe's success team. Laura is one of our first year advisors on campus. If Phoebe was also accepted into a nursing program, for example, she would see another member on her success team listed over here, and that would be her faculty advisor. So every time someone is assigned to you as a student, or if they follow you as a student, they become part of your success team and they're listed up here. That's really helpful because as a student, if you would like to send a message or schedule a meeting with anyone on your team, you have a quick way of doing that. Sending a message is as easy as clicking on this link here, and we're going to send Laura a quick message about fall semester. So let's say we'd like to schedule classes. All we have to do is type it in and we click send. That's going to go directly to Laura and she can reply to you. That'll go to your advisor's email as well as to their own Avizo account. So we will have access to that as advisors when you send that to us and when we're logged in. So heading back to the main page here, let's say that our test student would like to set up a meeting with her advisor. So we're going to click schedule a meeting. Our student has some academic and course concerns, and they also want to talk about planning out the next semester. So in the notes section here, I would recommend putting a little brief description of what you'd like beyond just these general options. Also, if you have a phone number that is not current, listed in your student profile, if you have not already updated your phone number in MyInfo, this is a great spot to put that information just so that your advisor has access. So if you were to select the phone appointment option for your advising call, but we did not have the correct phone number on file, we don't have a way of getting a hold of you. So the first line of action there is to make sure that it's updated in MyInfo. And the second is to list here what number you'd like to be called on for a phone appointment. So we've selected, we have academic concerns, we'd like to plan for next semester, and here's the number. We're going to click next. As a current student, you can pick a 30-minute phone appointment to meet with Laura. And let's see when she's available next. So we're going to scroll through. Now, advisors don't typically work on Saturdays and Sundays. So Laura has some appointments on Monday. So we're going to select one that would work best. And when we save that, it's going to send a request to Laura. If for some reason there's a conflict on her schedule and she's not able to meet with you, she would immediately decline that appointment. Now, that does not happen very often. Typically, all of us advisors in the Student Resource Center have our calendars up to date so that you can self-register. We do try to keep that as current as possible. So now that we've scheduled a meeting with Laura, you can look down here and see that these are your upcoming meetings. So it looks like you have a meeting with Laura, and then an hour later you have a meeting with me. So you guys have a busy day coming up. So this is where you can go through and see all the different appointments. So let's say you made an appointment with me and you actually don't necessarily need that appointment anymore. You can log in and you can cancel that meeting. So this gives you, the student, a lot of control over when you're able to contact your advisor. And this just gives you another option for that. So we've already canceled our meeting then. Let's navigate back to the home screen again. So over here, you can see all the messages that have been sent to Laura recently. You can access those by also going to the inbox, which will also show you all of the messages that have been received recently. And by clicking on messages. So there's multiple ways to get to the same spot. All right, now let's take a look at the profile. This is the screen where you can verify that the information that we have about you is correct. And if something is wrong, you'll know that you'll need to change that. So here's the student ID that we have listed for Phoebe. Here is her student email address right here. It also looks like we have Phoebe listed as a business management major. Over here, we have her success team, just like on the first page. If Phoebe was scheduled for any courses for any of the semesters, we'd be able to select a term and view what courses she had been scheduled for. And if you wanted to see what classes you had completed, you could look at your transcript. Now, this is an unofficial transcript. This is not the place that you go if you are wanting to request a document to be sent to another college for evaluation. This is just for your personal use. Test scores is where all of your placement scores are uploaded. If you have taken ACTs, AccuPlacer, Compass tests, technology skills tests, anything like that, those scores would be listed here. If you don't understand what these scores mean, no problem. Just reach out to your academic advisor and we can go over that with you. The final category in this particular profile section is documents. This is where your advisor will upload important shared documents. So, for example, if you are applying to a limited enrollment program that requires a checklist or an application to be signed, if you are on academic warning or probation and your advisor has asked you to complete the warning or probation paperwork, this is where your advisor would upload that document. So when it was completed, you had access to it as well. So if we have a paper copy of a document, we try to scan it in so that you also have a digital copy. Moving on to Plan. This is an interactive tool that you'll use in your advising appointments to map out your degree path through graduation. Now, it looks like Phoebe, as a business management major, is in the fall 2020 curriculum, so she's been with us for a little while. And all the classes that have the clock next to them indicate that they're already plotted out. Not that they're scheduled, just that they've been recommended by an advisor to be taken at a specific time. So you can scroll through here and see the classes that your advisor is recommending and when they're recommending those classes. You can also tell what classes have not been completed because there's not a symbol next to them. So the key up here will explain to you what each symbol stands for. So as a student, I would like to let my advisor know that I also want to take computer applications this semester, so I can drag and drop that over here and submit that to my advisor for approval. So that's a great interactive way for you as a student and your advisor to go back and forth and communicate about your plans. Please note that not all majors are this straightforward. If you're involved in the Associate of Science or Associate of Arts transfer degree, or if you're enrolled in any of the health programs, there may be some prerequisite coursework that has to be completed, and things might not go in exactly the order that they're listed here. So this is just a tool for you and your advisor to share, but it's not necessarily 100% accurate all the time. So please make sure that you're always checking with your advisor to make sure that you're on the right track. We're going to go over here again just to show you where we can get some messages. This is also a way that you can compose a message to send to your advisor. So we sent one from the main screen before, we can send one from here now. And finally, resources. This is a portion of Aviso that gets updated pretty frequently. All of these guides have been put in here by Brandy Page in the Student Resource Center and other members of campus. These are great documents to have access to if you have questions that maybe you're afraid to ask, you don't know where to go, or you're just simply curious about what's available in our area. So we have information about abuse and victimization, if that's something that you're struggling with. If you have questions about career services, we're going to click on the mental health and substance abuse link so I can show you what it looks like within here. So as a student, let's say you're struggling with some mental health issues and you'd like to find a local counselor. You can scroll down and click on one of these live links. So we're going to select the Marion Area Counseling Center. You're going to see a little description of what this service is, as well as the address, phone number, and email, and you can access the website or get directions. So as you can see, this tool overall is a very helpful way for you and your advisor to stay in contact. It's a good way for you to make sure that you're staying on track, and it also gives you the opportunity to schedule your own meetings without having to call into the front desk to make an appointment. If you have any questions about any of these services, please reach out to your academic advisor.